What's more befitting of Spooky Month than Spooky's not House of Jump Scares because of legal issues, but Jumpscare Mansion. Now, of course, I know everything about this game, unlike Vanish, so let's just get right into it. Obviously. Oh, yeah, I think this is supposed to be a new thing coming out soon? I don't know, like very soon compared to eventually. But, well, we're doing classic style. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that good mouse sensitivity. Hope, nobody's too motion sick. Hey. Looking very HD.
And this is my home. Can you, humble player, make it through 1,000 rooms? Can you find what lies at the end? Or is there even an end? I don't really know. Anyway, just go.
Cool. Anyway, so yeah. 1,000 rooms. Jump scares. There you go. Let's go get all spookified, right? A bit quiet. I can crank it up a little bit here. As always, my preference with... Oh, I got an achievement for that, too. Welcome. Glad you're here. Well, that's very nice. Anyway. Yeah. I was afraid of it being too loud rather than too quiet, but, you know. Just popping by to say hello, having a rough time lately, so I might not be appearing too much for the next streams. It's like, don't worry, the next streams are going to be a lot of horror games, and perhaps horror games occasionally of questionable horrorness. Maybe horrible games. We'll see. Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion is actually pretty good. At first, this place seemed cute. But I've been here for days now. I'm feeling quite parched, and I keep getting this feeling like I'm being watched by something. This is not romantic at all. Okay. Oh, what, I don't get to flash it at monsters this time? Already, Vanish has a lot in terms of, you know, improved stuff here. Vanish Part 2? Right, you can sprint with the one button that you refer to normally as left shift. Is there a is there a part 2 to Vanish in the same way that I don't know, like The Last of Us had a part 2? Because no. We're not playing that. That's maybe the most horrifying thing of all about that game. That and the fact that the pit killed you with absolutely no warning or anything at all. These beds are something. I mean, you can really taste the HD here, right? Anyway, let's continue on. See, already 1% the way there. Easy. The pit gently rocked me to death. It sure did. Sure did. Well, anyway. Now, what's the goal? You're getting through 1,000 rooms in Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. A scary place filled with, like bones. Bones are pretty spooky. Think about it. They're like a symbol of death because the only time you see them is when somebody dies. And that's, kind of the entire thing. Also, there's jump scares. X-rays are a thing. Okay. Do you see things with your own eyes when in reality that is just light being reflected off of objects? Do you see things in mirrors? They're as if they are inside of mirrors? Think about it. I'm gonna blow your mind, especially if you have been smoking some of the kind weed, which I think is the only way that could possibly happen. Decently spooky. Moderately spooky. I want some coffee. Addiction. That's the real frightening thing. Oh boy. Oh, you were looking through the previous stream. Yes, where I was drawing pumpkins. That was I'm sure, as you would expect, there were things other than pumpkins in there. Not too many, but don't worry about it. A bumpkin. I think you're thinking of the... No. Yes? Like, what, a country bumpkin? No? Maybe. Maybe some of those pumpkins. I don't know. Whatever. I'd love to figure out how unfit Doc is. What, to get a heart rate monitor? Yeah, no, it would just be like, your heart rate is going at like 50 beats a minute? What the hell? Well, as we all know, I am 7,000 pounds and 12 feet tall. And that's just true. Spiders are not scary. Look, some people think spiders are scary, but they get rid of other more deadly pests and the like. And that's like, you know, that's not something to be afraid of, especially when they got big colon D faces. Come on. I'm just gonna say right now, that is not the spookiest thing that I have seen here. Probably that one skull is the spookiest thing. Yep, that is a house on fire. This is how Silent Hill Homecoming started. And how FNAF ended. Until it didn't. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. Bones, still here. Still being spooky. FNAF never dies. It's too profitable to die. Money is like Herbert West's regeneration serum. You understand. At least in terms of media properties, and that's about it. Wasps are also good at keeping other pests away because, you know, they eat them. While true, they also are much more hostile to people in general. That said, 50 BPM is a good resting heart rate. I thought it was like 70 or so. I guess I'm not a cardiologist. I'm a what was the type of doctor I was last time? Of sick beats. Okay, anyway. I mean, I guess I can get down with like a little bit of wasp action. That's okay. No, stop naming stop naming like all of the, you know. I don't want to insult people's professions. The obvious ones. Bones, scary. This is pretty spooky. Look, you know what people in chat are saying right now, anybody that is watching this in the future. I have a confession, I dozed off on the stream last night. You had switched games and it was over. Oh boy, you missed a thing. Oh yes, this is a YouTube stream. Oh yeah, like we would be talking a lot about... I'm sure that's like not going to come up at all. Actually, I don't really know with this game. I don't really remember any sort of particularly something. Spooky? No. Just kind of stupid? Yes. Anyway, I feel bad about making you spend money, but it do be looking HD. It do be looking HD. It's true. The high definition is screaming out of the screen like the jump scares themselves. Somewhat. The soulless eyes of that coffee cup terrify me. I mean, I suppose that's a more subtle type of the uncanny valley is a more subtle type of scariness, but I would say a scariness nonetheless. Looking good. Also not looking particularly HD. More two textures, but you know. By the way, will this be the entire stream? Yes. Look, man, we got 1,000 rooms to go through. There's quite a few here. I mean, it's like wasps also pollinate. That is true. We do have to have respect for our pollinators that are not just bees, after all. I feel like a lot of people don't really have enough of that sort of thing. Already missing the Vanish walls? I'm not. I know something is following me, but I feel like I am prancing through the same rooms over and over. Hopefully, leaving notes as breadcrumbs will prove that I'm making progress and reaching some destination. I just hope I don't run out of ink. I am dreadfully thirsty. Soisty. There we go. Gotta say it correctly, of course. Drink ink. You're just saying that because the word ink is in the word drink. Nah. Brad. Spooky? I don't know about that. But, yeah. Oh, more lore. Spouting, splashing, sulking, innards, ingest, invoking. Nailing never stops the choking. Oh my god! Okay. Maybe, yeah. Took a second for me to react there, but you know, whatever. It's cool. I mean, that's why you have a health bar after all. It's not just there for show. Anyway, now I did know. Oh crap! It's fine. Did it actually startle you a little bit? I thought that guy showed up a couple rooms after this, but you know, that is not the case. I do know quite a bit about the game, but it's just like, I thought you had like a couple starter rooms before you immediately get attacked here. Anyway. Yeah. Just keep going here. There's a few more things than just spooky jump scares in here after all. There are still the spooky jump scares though, make no mistake on that. Okay. 2 more rooms. 1 more room, I think, you mean, is what you're trying to say right now. Wait, it's the Nut Shack? Oh, Spooky Mansion thing. I hope we get through all 1,000? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't see why not. Why do you get to wall clip? That's unfair. Yep, okay, just gonna keep on moseying on. And of course, as soon as things actually start going poorly, I run into every single wall as if I'm playing Omicron, which I didn't even get to post today, by the way. Spooky? Yes. Hey. Aren't we all just brains in a jar when you think about it? But especially this guy. Can't jump up here, can I? No, there's no jumping. Why is there blood around here, though? That's more the question. A jar made of flesh and bone. That's very metal. Well, there's no music, so I think I'm good here. We are brains and meat Gundams. Looking a bit smooth. Yeah, well, isn't that true for everybody? Ink. Not quite quenching my thirst. Tastes terrible. Stains are terrible. I do not think drinking it was a very romantic idea. This guy's got it rough. Although, frankly, I mean, it doesn't really take all that long to get in here. Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yes, hello. Yes, hi, hello. Hello. Hello? I don't know if you want to look directly into the fan. Yes, hello. Hello? Hi.
I better not look at that fan. That is true. That's the creator's voice, probably. Couldn't really tell you. I mean, it's certainly not Scott Cawthon. Hello, hello, hello. Which is the reference there if you don't know. Don't look at that fan, by the way. That's going to kill you. What happens with the fan? We're not going to look at it. Did you not hear the part where it said don't look at the fan? This is pretty. The instructions are simple and very easy to understand. Hello, I'd like 3 large pizzas. You don't want to get it from the Freddy Fazbear's. Trust me on that. Is this Control? Yes, it is. They got a little bit of a graphical overhaul for the holidays. Shouldn't have drank that ink, man. Pizza is pizza. Yeah, but like not all pizzas are created equally. That's the Home Depot, etc. Hey, come on, almost there. Here to 100 rooms. Yes, this is what Polaris looks like in Jesse's mind. That's a reference. Should probably be getting ready to get back to that series already, but we got spooky games to do, man. Are you not ready to be spooked by spooky games? I'm ready to be spooked by spooky games. Mostly. I mean, somehow I have a doubt that a lot of these games are going to be spooky. This one is more or less like kind of parody, also kind of like a spooky game. But I have seen plenty of playthroughs of it before, so it's not quite that much. It's just, it's damn it. It's just free. Yeah. Also, get out of the way. Anyway, not too bad. You just gotta keep running. Goop slows you down, but it's like you regenerate health pretty quickly, moderately quickly, I guess I would say. Maybe not really quickly. Come on. I only saw Griffin McElroy. Wait, he played this? Weird. This game does a spooky satire pretty well with some decent blind spots. I mean, it is literally called, well, or it was called Spooky's House of Jumpscares. It's like it is a pretty decent game. Also, apparently going to have some DLC coming out soon, which I think it says something about that on the Steam page, but not really. I don't really have the exact numbers. Anyway, continuing on here. Okay. Could really use my sprinty stuff back. Ah, great. Well, just gotta kite Slime Man around here, and we're good. Okay. Look, anything that says that it has jump scares in, I'm considering to be spooky. You understand? That is kind of the long and short of exactly how this whole thing is going to be going. Vanish, I don't really know if you would consider those jump scares in the more traditional sense. However, I would certainly consider that a spooky game. Yep. It is really continuing to pump. It's true. Oh boy. Literally just go through rooms all day? How boring. Did you miss the Vanish stream yesterday? I'm just saying. Room 100, let's go. That was room 100. There's not about to be something appearing here, is there? Why am I getting wacky vision? Just go. Offline Among Us was more interesting. Was it? Oh, this is such a surprise that there would be another entry and like a Meyer. But as the time came, whatever, I'm just going to go. Do I just go through here? No, it is locked. And also, like, a little bit skinny door? Okay, we don't have time to be looking at stuff right now. Fucking fuck. It got me. It actually got me. damn it. I was hoping to go through this entire thing without being, like, legitimately gotten. You're not going to do it again, are you? That means you have to pay us. That's not how that works. Please don't be another one, by the way. If you just go backwards, it's probably just you go backwards. You failed 10% in. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, we're the streamer now. Look, there's plenty more opportunity. I don't like this, by the way. There's plenty more opportunities to something. Time to reset. This is not. It's not. This was not. There was an unofficial rule, and was never actually intended to be a real thing. Your scareless speedrun failed. It was never a speedrun. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, okay. Anyway, no, I think we're done with the jump scares, at least for the time being. Like, almost clawed my eyes out there. Why is this getting to me? It's like I was doing so good for 100 rooms. You scared a cat? I mean, while true, it's more of an existential thing than like a literal thing. Anyway, oh crap. You a pussycat? Yes. I'm like I'm here for Tom Jones and the like. And you know, whatever it is. It's only room 100 out of 1,000. Yeah, well, if it doesn't give me the static rooms and then, you know, the big jump scare right there, then it's just like, it's fine, right? That's the way I see it. Still, also, what does it mean to have a scareless speedrun? How do you do a speedrun without doing something? Yeah, Steve from Minecraft was in Smash. What a weird choice. I guess that is one that you kind of expect, though, right? As far as very, very, very famous characters go. Just be better. I mean, there is a certain level of just don't get scared, lol. Or, well, I don't know if that's so much scared as being shocked, but, you know, whatever. Why did I screw that up a second time? Get out of the way, Jelly Boy. Why do you go the wrong way every time? Why do you not tell me I'm doing the wrong thing? And frankly, the onus is on you most of the time here. Placing blocks is his only shtick. I mean, like, there's certainly like characters who have done less that have gotten in. Ah, come on. You don't have the key, do you? No, probably not. Okay, anyway. Ooh, fancy doors. Needs a key card. Oh, man. Without the Phantom Thieves here, how am I supposed to figure out how to use a key card? Okay. Mm-hmm. Like the raptor head. Spooky? Yeah, moderately. This? I mean, unless it's Chris's blood, I don't think so. Subject 5 is growing more and more restless. I told Spook that we need more funds for sedatives, but she just laughed and flew into the ceiling. Without more chemicals to keep these things docile, I'm not sure how much longer we can keep them here safely. Generic lab assistant. Great Lakes of America. Stop talking about redeem the stop talking about Persona. For just the one reference. I believe Subject 5 is loose. The glass around its container is shattered, and I can faintly hear clicking coming from the ceiling. I don't know what will happen now. If it's out and alive, this is probably my last report. The clicking is getting louder now. Once again, kindest regards, generic lab assistant. There we go. These 3 rewards. I mean, what other... Wait, what other... Chat really hates Persona 5. I do too, to be fair. Okay. I was just like, hey, am I going to get, like, immediately followed by Monster Man this time? And oh boy, am I. It's actually kind of, sort of pretty fast, as it turns out. Modestly fast, really. Do not die. Well, I mean, you get the... sure, I am going to have to go through another 26 rooms, but is it really that bad? Yes. So let's just go right now. Yep, that's a big one. Anyway, continuing on. Some kind of lodged spider. Sedatives do not have... Not the time. That sedatives do not have too much effect on. Every room you progress, your setback becomes greater. Yeah, but they're all like rooms like this, so what does it matter? It's cool, dude. Don't even fret. Too much P5 in here. I'll talk about P5. Again, I think we're past getting scared by those things, even though I've gotten scared by exactly, what, 1 so far? Anyway, okay. I'm considering that there is now music happening here. We are... I didn't even see that one. But, we're looking good. Speedy Speed Boy. Much like in Blasphemous, this skull has been very bad. This pile bone, same thing. This skull also quite evil. 1 spook on the spook counter. There's that. Remember, don't look directly at the fan. You'll die. But as it is, I don't have time to have friendly, and we got another one of these things. I don't have time to have a nice chat, so, you know. I mean, I do have time to have a nice chat, but you have to keep up with me. Wait, is the fan thing real? Well, do you want me to test it out? Think about that. Answer me those questions, 1. Those questions, single. Crap. They got me, I suppose, game. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Hang in there, baby. That's accurate to what John Schnatter looks like, right? I'm pretty sure. Test the fan. No. You die. Comes to life and kills you and calls you a noob. Just only the most comfortable of furniture in here. YouTubers? Oh, come on. Why am I not up there? Because I don't have a real photo? Is that it? Nah. Did I go the wrong direction once again? I did. I'll remember now that you're not supposed to go left. You're supposed to go right this time. You don't have face cam. Hey, how about this? What if that was just a smoke screen and I am actually up on the wall there and you just don't know? Think about it. Like, really give big think. Telling ya. I had a face cam. Yeah, think about it. What if I did have a face cam and you just missed it? Oh, I got a flashlight. Nice. I do also remember this one. Didn't remember the big worm thing too well, clearly. Alright, what do you got? Okay. Alright. Anyway. I don't like the fact there's anime in here. That does say to me that this is truly a house of residing evil. The lighting here is perhaps... Hey! Don't hurt me doing that! Okay, I should probably stop walking into the ghost children. And also out of this area. Well, while it is nice to have a flashlight, it's not really doing as much for me as I was hoping. Could it really be true? I thought the fairy tales about the ghost that eats children who sneak in after class was just to keep us from disobeying. But Matsuri, still missing. Got it. It's cool. This game is well programmed. What are you talking about? Now then. This is very difficult to navigate, by the way. As if I need to tell you that. All right. Are these new floors? See, like this monster clearly gives you a little bit of time to go through the areas, unlike the Slimeman. This is just P5 again. You'll never see you coming. Looking cool, Joker. Now let's talk about exposition for 3 hours in a row. Hey, Joker, do you know what a haka is? Yep. Yep. Just joined what spooky game is this? This is the spooky game. Spooky's Jump of House Scares. What do you mean? Stop me from talking about Persona again. This is I'm gonna keep talking about. Ah, damn it. You're just gonna keep doing that every single time I start talking about Persona, eh? Why does this house have a school inside? I mean, it's also a lab. Okay. You know, a generic lab. Which contains monsters, apparently. Some more formalized than others in their containment procedures. Thank you, Zeta Bajillion. Welcome to the house which has plenty of jump scares inside. Also bad skeletons. You think about what you've done, skeleton. And maybe if this place has any sort of consistent layout, I might be able to find you again and free you from your confines. I'm not going to do that, though. I mean, I'm just saying that there's a possibility. Anyway. It had to be the wall immediately. That was the thing that kind of screwed me up there. It's because they spawn underneath you. Okay, anyway, enough excuses. I got the sneed for speed. Or peed. Yes. I don't even know if that flashlight is going to be coming up again, by the way. I also don't like all these skeletons around here, but we've already gone through that before. Yeah? I go the right direction this time. You know, it's been very consistent, and yet I still am not learning like a Valve playtester, which is kind of amazing. But what are you going to do, really? Look, when you on the room going through grind, hey, it's my good friend Brian again. Still looking smooth. And tentacly. Brian, you'd never betray me, would you? You would never spawn underneath me when I'm walking directly into a wall. Try punching it? Punching it with what? My hands? My body at all? I'm merely a camera floating in the air. And nothing more. Little more. What? Don't put things in front of me. What is the objective of this game? It is to go through the 1,000 rooms of the House of Jumpscares. That's it. I found something today to satisfy my unromantic thirst. I awoke to find, from a brief faint, and found a bottle before me, red wine. I am not sure what brand or year, for there is no label. All I can gather is that it tastes strongly metallic its blood. Anyway. True objective is to not be spooked? Yes. That is not entirely inaccurate considering the whole game's, dealio. Yo. I failed like once. Twice technically, but you didn't really see that. That was more of like a personal failure on my part. As you understand. Suspicious. This house is too spoopy. For you, or just in general? Because there's questions to be asked, right? You understand? As it is, I mean, hey, room 204, I'm making some good progress. Like, think about it. It's like, how many other 1,000-room scenarioed games have this many rooms that you can go through this fast? And there's another guy here. I mean, I see the puddles of goop. I am a fragile, dried-up leaf. Yes, this game is probably just about your speed, really. Me, at first I thought I was too jaded to be scared by anything, and then one thing got me. Only one thing, though. So make sure that you don't forget it. Yeah. Jump scare go? No. Clearly not again. Well, at least not yet. The bread got him too at one point. I mean, it was a pumpkin, which I suppose is only fitting given the other stream, but it's just like you didn't really see that one, so we don't really count that one, is what I'm thinking. And I went back into the same area. Okay. Get my bearings so that I don't walk back into the same door once again. Damn it. It's not really our fault. We just did what Mother has told us to do in this sort of situation. You had a moment with Brad we didn't talk about. Prove it. Can I just like look at this and then maybe back up a little bit? No. The darkness is slowly consuming us now. I don't think our rituals will appease it much longer. How are we supposed to know this would happen? How indeed. Okay. Maybe I can go in here now. No, of course not. Yeah, no, I already saw that one. How many games are on the backlog? Quite a few. I'm getting through them slowly. I mean, this was the... yeah. What a weird, unusual thing. Do an Australian accent. That was my Australian accent. So I thought GamerButt69 would talk. Which I guess is not really Australian. Yeah, I should probably keep walking. Okay. Fair enough. They shouldn't be breaking those. I mean, sure, they have an infinite amount of them, but I don't think it really matters too much. Never saw this one in the HD version. It is much sillier. Yes, it is Pyramid Head. Wonder what a speedrun of this game looks like? I don't know. Probably the exact same as what you're seeing right now. Get out of the way. Look, sorry, Spooky Skull. I ain't got no time for you. Only got time for doors. Doors are my one love in life, and that is the only thing I can talk about here. I'm guessing once you get the backlog cleared out, you're going to get the suggested games back to a reasonable price. No, I will stop doing suggested games at that point and shut down the channel. As after all, much like the 100 Deeds of Eddie McDowd, I will no longer be cursed to continue doing the YouTube channel. That's how that works. Good. Hey, look, you're the ones that helped me out getting my curse cleared from me and freeing me from having to go back to hell so that I can reign on the earth above. Now just bones. No more Persona 5. No, Persona 5 is one of the ones I have to finish. So, you know. What about that monthly $4 check? I mean, I'm not going to need it when I'm the ruler of the earth. When I regain my incredible demonic powers. That said, such lofty aspirations. Look, if you had the powers of Beelzebub at your command at all points in time, you probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. It's very fly-based. But conquering the earth and many of Earth's is very simple. What's to say I don't? Well, then why haven't you done it yet? Answer me that question one. We get it, Doc. You vape. Yeah, fine. You got me. I need that $4 for vaping. Okay. I kind of almost vaguely know where I'm going this time compared to most of the other times. No, he's still there. Geez, not again. Excuse me. Yeah, that hurt. Da beans. Anyway. He did it again, boys. He done did the thing once again. Oh my god, the textures are something. Are you allowed to vape in the office? Baby, I've been working from home for a while now. They can't prevent me from doing that. I don't think that was wine, says the skeleton. Betting you're missing Vanish? No, this game is like 1,000 times more scary than Vanish. Than Vanquish.
So, you made it this far. That's great. I shall grant you a gift for your progress. So just keep going.
That's stupid. Anyway. I went the wrong direction again. Okay, Lucina from Fire Emblem. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's right. I mean, I've seen Lucina quite a few times. She looks exactly like that. Literally no different. And it's like, tell me that I can't vape. That's when I kick flip out of here and I just go and do cool skateboard tricks all over boomers at the park. That's me. I'm a modern day youth. One Doc, you have to learn at some point. No, I don't. Hey, wait a second. I recognize this one. This is the trap hallway. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how much longer I can go on. I haven't seen any of my previous notes, so that means either I'm getting somewhere or someone is taking them. Ooh, it's spooky. Like this house of jump scares. Brain is growing too much due to the vaping juice. Gives you a bad case of large brain. What do you got here? Just a room. Spooky? Reasonably. Empty rooms are spooky, right? Smooth brain vapes. Makes no, that if your brain is smooth, then it can't catch the sweet vapor that comes off of your vape pen. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? The pen with which you vape. Yeah? Okay. Now, that was not me actually learning anything. I just looked ahead. Doc, you ever tried Garnet's popcorn? No, I don't think so. No, it looks like a weird lightsaber. It does not look like a pen. That's... damn it. It does not look like a pen. That's true. And I don't know why you wouldn't want to call it a vape lightsaber. Let's be honest here. Doc, can you show us how you vape? Yeah, sure. Let me just... Does e-cigar sound better? Yes. Only the chunkiest clouds of pure cotton. It doesn't even have a dot to show me. Ah, whatever. Oh, here we go. More lore. I think this is going to be my last note. I'm going to die having never found my escape, but really that's not true. This place was like my escape. My escape from everything else. In the end, my death is kind of romantic. Like vaping. Extremely romantic. Oh, come on. Okay. Left. Right. Straight. Ah. Oh no, I shouldn't have hit such a large vape. Oh boy. Oh, come on! Oh, why'd I have to do so many drugs? Yeah, okay, there we go. Are you kidding me? Drop a train on him, Edgar. Those clouds really get to you. They sure do. But I mean, it's the only thing that gets me through the day, and streaming, of course, as you do. Mostly I got a vape from the dispensary, and it's very small. I don't use it often, only when I have to. Today was the first time in 6 weeks or so. Oh, okay. I don't know, that looked sort of like it might have not died there for a second. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Look, trust me, it seemed, however unlikely, slightly likely. Hey, you can duck in the corner and vanquish, right? Look, as soon as I stop seeing the holes on the ceiling, which I guess would be here, right? Nope, it is definitely... Oh boy, am I going to the wrong direction already? Yep. It's not good. Love bug. No. I refuse. And in fact, not only do I refuse, I also will not be entertaining any more thoughts of loving any sort of bugs. Any bugs. Okay. One after another, I see. Reverse Vore it. Which would be what? Vomiting it out? Ah, what the hell? Vomiting it out? What would reverse Vore be? Somebody has to answer me. A Voreologist. I know I've already called on your help in the past, so we're good buds, right? What does reverse Vore mean? Come on. That is not reverse Vore. That's a different type of Vore. Viewer-chan. Why does it always go back to Vore on this channel? Every time. It's like you guys like, you're like, I'm getting kind of bored. Let's talk about Vore. Then I can be getting a little bit bored. They spring from your head fully formed. Ah, yes, the Athena style. All right, what do we got here? No, it's not me. That one might be me. That one is probably closest to what I actually look like. Yeah, maybe like 10 years ago, but you know. Yep. He died. He died in his hat and pen and no clothes on. I suppose I can understand. If I was gonna die, I would probably take off all of my clothes, aside from my hat, too. Doing good, skeleton. Yeah, now we're back in Vanish. Stop that. No, stop debating that in chat right now. Doc, you're going to become one with this wall. I mean, I guess I can't fall into a hole to make that happen though now, can I? Because that one doesn't count. Pedantic people. That tells you. Good run. I mean, as of right now, I haven't died yet. And of course, this is not the place that people usually die at. Comparatively. I've seen, like I said, I've seen playthroughs of this game before, and it's like, not enough to learn anything. But, like, the part where people actually start dying comes up soon. There he is again. Old Mort. Also the jail skeletons. Okay. Yep, I do believe that is this part that I was referring to right now. No. Yes. Mm-hmm. But one day, a strange merchant came to town. He sold handmade puppets and trinkets, and all the children loved his store and his gifts. But the town couldn't support his store because the other shops were failing. The other shopkeepers became jealous. So one night, some of the townsfolk, whatever, took all of his puppets and threw them in the river. Ah, geez, that guy's all wet. But just afterwards, he came running to the river, crying and wailing that his children were being drowned. He dove into the river, trying to save his possessions. The townspeople, bitter and still angry, watched him frantically thrash and dive into the river until he never came back to the surface of the water. All right. Oh, key. Una clay. No? Yeah. I don't know. I still think it looks like I should be able to go left, right? Although not what they wanted, the shopkeepers were satisfied. Years later, the children of the town began to go missing, and as more children disappeared, people began to find more and more puppets in the forest and around the river. These puppets seemed to always look like the children, like seeming sort of like those missing children. I ain't gonna say that it could have been Puppet Man's fault, but it probably was his fault. No, nothing. It's a Zelda reference if you didn't get it. See? This guy works like the Peanut Man in the SCP game. So you just gotta keep your eyes on him. Yeah. This is, again, usually where people die for the first time when they play the game, at least from what I've seen. Peanut 2, Electric Peanut Lou. Is that SCP game worth playing, by the way? Or would I just, something? Nope, okay, yeah. Look, it can only attack me so much more. How fast can Peanut Man move? Faster than you. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You wanna, after I get to a decent stopping point in this game, start up that one? Is it free? Because the plan here, at least for me, was to maybe go like you know, like about an hour, but do 2 of these episodes a day for this month. So then after 2 weeks, I can stop working. Why have I just become the person that I used to read letters? We talked about this before. Doki Doki Literature Club is not a horror game. Don't do it. Don't do it. God, don't run, don't panic. Okay. Just calm down, dude. Yeah, maybe I will return to doing a little bit more jumpy house scare. Because I do like this game, and it is also, there's still plenty more stuff to go. But for right now, I want to say like 350, a good hour here. Probably enough, at least for a tiny gameplay. Okay. But yeah. What are people talking about? It's like, am I about to, is that game free? Or do I have to pay? It is free. Well, I guess I'll go install. Hey, come on, I was looking directly at you. Don't even give me that. Give me my health back. Okay, he's gone. Yeah, of course. You can't just jump up and drop right back down on me. Are you kidding me? Why's it always gotta be like this, baby? Got it. Nothing personnel, kid. Okay. Now good, and the music stops. Oh, and here's Brian. Hey, dude. I missed you. Gotta watch out. There's this crazy puppet man here. He's out throwing kids into rivers. Hey, what's going on with that? Pretty wacky. What up, brain? Anyway, these peanut snacks in your napkin one motion. So did the guy from Vanish. Did that make him a good villain? Or did that make him some kind of weirdo who lives in sewers? Smells like piss. Dude getting smoother every time. Probably from talking to me. Oh no, my greatest enemy. I can just cheat by looking ahead. Yeah, it might have been Filler Hank. I don't know. Why is Vanish apparently the most memorable game that I've done in quite a while? I'm just saying. Certainly there are better options, right? Anyway. Oh. Well, it's easier to deal with than Puppet Dude. It means you should come back to it? No, it doesn't. Quite the opposite, in fact. Like, I don't even know, like, what was the end game of that? There's nothing. Nothing at all. That's what I say. Anyway. Look, you tell me what happens in Vanish and try to make it interesting enough that I want to return to it. Now then. You find the keys and find the exit eventually. I never found no exit. I've just found a bunch of glow sticks that did nothing. At least this game gives you an extremely ineffective flashlight that can't even read pieces of paper directly in front of your face. Stop that. Okay. See you next up. Oh, come on now. Slowly but surely. I don't remember what side I'm supposed to go to. Is it this one? It is. Okay, great. I have been slowly but surely gaining said wrinkles in my brain to catch those cool vape juices. It's cool because it's, I don't know, spearmint vape. The burning of your lungs means that it's working. To burn your lungs. Okay. Am I on the wall yet? No. Kind of. No. One of these days, I'll be there. Right. Wait, which one is this even? Oh, come on. Don't make me do it. At least I saw it coming that time. You need to do a face reveal first and then live in shame for all those things you said on stream. Did you really get scared at that? Shut up. What do you know about it? Nerdlinger. Oh, God, we got a bunch of badasses in chat here. Jeez. Hey, come on. Yeah. My ass is super bad. It is like the 2006 movie starring that one guy who does the thing. What is his name? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll never get spooked by a video game. Oh, tough talk for somebody who's largely text. And also the color blue. At least on my screen. Okay. Anyway. Slowly but surely. You have never played SCP-SL before? No, I have not. I also don't know what it is. Is it another multiplayer game? Because I swear to God, I am going to do another Among Us stream if we do that. Yeah. Excuse me. Actually, no, I'm probably just going to veto it because it's a multiplayer game. I hope I'm pink on yours. You are. Ew, Among Us. Shut up. I was forced to play that game. I had no choice in the matter. We get it? You're Alpha Rad? No, that guy's way more successful than me. Wait. Humongous stream. Oh yeah, I should just go play a lot of like Pajama Sam and everything. That would make sense. No, it wouldn't. You could have had fun playing it. No, actually, that would be the least fun thing I could think of. Playing a video game with other people. Be a horrible, painful experience. So now what you guys gotta answer me is Secret Lab multiplayer only or not? Okay, we go this direction. It is not. It is multiplayer only. No, smile. Okay. Ah, dodgies again. Which one is the one that's not multiplayer? Because you got my hopes up and then you dash them against the rocks. And I cannot get taken in by you guys again. Oh, come on now. Do the multiplayer, but solo smile. I mean, you said it's free, right? Like, it's a free game. Now, I think we gotta space out those kinds of videos, at least for a while. Come on, baby. Almost. At least room 400. I think that's probably a decent place to stop here. At least for the time being. Like I said, if people are interested, I can go for more with this game. I like it. It is fun. There's more stuff in it than just like a pretty standard parody type of thing. In the meantime, though, I think it's time to wind this one down, and hopefully not with me dying to Slime Man. That would not be a good way to end this. I'm just saying. Good. Why does it all gotta be like the really tiny, windy hallways? This is not really working out too well for me. Good. You just want me to stay in the cell all day? No, that's not what we're doing. Ah, come on. Hey, like nearly halfway through the game. I want to say I'm doing a pretty good job. Getting axes and stuff. It's cool. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to call that one there, and we'll move on to something interesting.